Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're exploring a topic that's, well, it's fundamentally reshaping how many of us think about our careers and our finances. Have you ever considered, turning a skill or a passion into extra income, or maybe just finding a bit more financial breathing room, especially now when things feel, well, pretty expensive? That drive, that need to diversify, maybe build something a bit more resilient. It's really powerful force right now. So our deep dive today is all about side hustles that work in 2025. And look, this isn't just about chasing some fleeting trend. It's really about understanding these profound shifts happening in our economy, and how they genuinely create opportunities for earning outside, your main job. We're talking about building not just extra cash, but real financial resilience.
And that's exactly our mission here today. We've gone through, well, a pretty comprehensive guide, a lot of research on modern side hustles to really distill the most impactful insights for you. Our goal really for you listening is to cut through all the noise out there, identify the key trends that actually matter, and equip you with, let's say, actionable intelligence. Think of this as your shortcut, your strategic guide to understanding why 2025 is such a pivotal moment for building multiple income streams, hopefully sparking that next big idea for your financial future.
Yeah, and this isn't just theory, right? It's intensely practical. Whether you're, grappling with stubbornly high living costs, or maybe seeking more creative outlets than your day job offers, or perhaps you're just focused on building a stronger financial safety net for, well, an uncertain world. The insights we're discussing are really vital. We're going to unpack how things like persistent inflation, the incredible accessibility of AI these days, and of course, the normalization of remote work, how they've all converged to redefine what earning extra income even means. It's a whole new landscape out there. Okay, so let's start by really getting into the 2025 side hustle revolution. Why now? Because it's more than just a catchy phrase, isn't it? It reflects a fundamental shift. I mean, historically, side hustles were often seen as, well, niche, something for students maybe, or people really struggling financially. But that perception is dramatically changed. The source material we looked at makes it crystal clear. Side hustles are now just woven into the fabric of everyday financial life for so many people. And we're seeing really diverse examples, like the source mentioned a nurse using her health expertise to sell digital fitness programs online, or a software developer, maybe in their spare time, creating and marketing apps built with no-code tools. Even retirees getting in on it, perhaps renting out a backyard ADU, an accessory dwelling unit, on Airbnb. These aren't just edge cases anymore. They're becoming pretty common strategies.
Absolutely. And what really stands out is the sheer scale of this shift. The data backs this up powerfully. There was a McKinsey Global Survey, early 2025. It found that 41% of workers across North America, Europe, and Asia now have at least one side hustle. Now, compare that to just 17% back in 2019. That's a huge leap. And for Gen Z, the number's even higher, 57%. 57%. So yes, financial need is a big driver for many, no doubt. But it's also increasingly about choice, about creative expression and the strategic move towards building personal economic resilience. People want more control. Which brings us neatly to the new economic reality driving the shift. Because even if official inflation rates seem to be cooling off a bit in some places, the actual cost of essentials, it remains stubbornly high for a lot of folks. For instance, the source cited U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data showing average rents climbing 6.2% in 2024. And food costs, up 4.8%. These aren't just abstract numbers, right? They mean that for millions, a single paycheck just doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So additional income becomes less of a nice to have and more of an essential.
Right, exactly. And this is where that adaptability, that ingenuity really comes into play. Our source had this really vivid case study. They called it Sarah's Inflation Shield. Sarah, she's a 34-year-old teacher in Chicago. Her salary was basically stagnant, and it just wasn't keeping up with these rising costs. It's a familiar story for many, I think. So back in 2023, she started this side venture, selling printable lesson plans on a platform called Teachers Pay Teachers. And get this, by 2025, her hustle is bringing in $1,200 a month. That's enough to completely offset those rising costs and actually put some money into savings. It's such a powerful example of someone proactively building their own financial defense.
It really is. And then you layer on top of that automation and AI disruption. This is another huge piece of the puzzle. AI isn't some far-off future tech anymore. It's actively changing, and in some cases, replacing jobs right now across lots of different sectors. Think administrative tasks, even parts of content creation. There was a 2025 World Economic Forum report mentioned. It projected something like 83 million jobs could be automated globally by 2030. Now, it also said 69 million new roles might emerge, but here's the catch.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Right. The catch is these new jobs need new skills, different skills, and that creates this gap. And side hustles, they're actually proving to be really effective ways for people to bridge that gap, either by learning new skills the market demands or by monetizing skills that are maybe more AI resistant or even better skills that are augmented by AI.
That makes a lot of sense. And complementing all this, you've got remote work normalization. This has been a profound enabler, hasn't it? I mean, what started as a necessity for many during the pandemic has just become, well, mainstream. It's how a lot of work gets done now. Even companies that tried to pull everyone back to the office are often settling into hybrid models. And that flexibility, it's a total game changer for side hustles. It gives people back time, commute time, for instance, but also the mental space, maybe. And the digital infrastructure is already there at home to run something alongside their main job.
Absolutely. That time reclamation is huge. But then there's the technology itself. Technology as the great equalizer. This is what truly democratizes the whole landscape. Technology has just flattened so many barriers that used to exist for starting a business. It allows one person to do things that might have needed a whole team before. Think about AI tools specifically. Platforms like ChatGPT, Claude, Midjourney. They let pretty much anyone generate surprisingly high-quality content, whether it's text, images. They can help refine business strategies, even automate bits of customer service.
Yeah, the content generation alone is incredible.
It is. And then you have the no-code or low-code platforms, things like Bubble, Glide, Webflow. These empower people to build fully functional apps or really sophisticated websites, sometimes in just days, without needing to learn complex coding languages. That's massive. And finally, the marketplaces. Etsy, Amazon, Fiverr, even TikTok shops now. They give individuals instant access to billions, literally billions, of potential customers worldwide. Global reach from your kitchen table. That was unthinkable not so long ago.
The really key thing here isn't just that these tools exist, it's how they compress that whole idea to market timeline. You can prototype and launch so much faster. Right. And that speed, that path from idea to actually having something out there is exactly what our source material emphasizes. It even lays out this really practical step-by-step guide, using AI to launch a hustle in 7 days. It sounds ambitious, but they make it seem achievable. Okay, so step 1, pick a niche. Use tools like ChatGPT or Google Trends to find areas with demand. Step 2, validate demand. Check places like Etsy or Amazon. Are people already buying similar things? What are the reviews saying? Where are the gaps? Step 3, create a product. This is where you might use Midjourney for AI art or Canva for digital designs, templates, whatever it is. Step 4, set up shop. Maybe a free Etsy store to start or a Shopify trial. Get your virtual storefront up. Step 5, market on socials. Use TikTok, Instagram Reels, platforms with organic reach potential. Step 6, automate customer service. Set up a simple ChatGPT-powered bot to handle common questions, super efficient. And finally, step 7, iterate. Get it out there, get feedback, adjust. Don't aim for perfection on day one. What's really profound about this guide isn't just the steps themselves, it's the mindset shift it encourages, right? Towards rapid validation, quick iteration. That's so crucial in today's digital economy. And all this, the tech, the flexibility, it naturally feeds into the rise of the multi-income mindset. People are definitely moving beyond just relying on that single paycheck. Our source talks about income stacking. Yeah. Basically, building multiple streams of revenue that together provide much greater financial security and, well, freedom. It's about proactively building your own financial safety net, giving yourself options.
Exactly. And there's a great example in the source, Raj's Triple Play. Raj is a 28-year-old IT worker in Bangalore. He's not just relying on his main IT job. He's strategically running 3 different income streams on the side. First, a Fiverr gig doing logo design brings in about $600 a month. Second, a Shopify store selling yoga gear that's doing around $1,500 a month. And third, YouTube channel where he teaches basic coding, adding another $400 a month. So his total side income, $2,500 a month, which, impressively, is getting close to his main salary. And the key thing, it gives him the flexibility, the option, to potentially leave the corporate world when he feels ready. That's the power of diversified income. It creates real choice. And this whole phenomenon has this interesting dual aspect. Globalization meets localization. Global platforms, like we mentioned, have opened up these huge international markets. But at the same time, local relevance is still incredibly important for many hustles. The source gives 2 great examples. One is a Nigerian artist selling AI-generated Afrofuturist posters to buyers in the US via Etsy. Pure global reach, right? But then the other example is a stay-at-home parent in Toronto running a meal prep service just for their neighbors, organizing it all through WhatsApp and local Facebook groups. Very local. The most successful hustlers often seem to be the ones who can skillfully blend these things, using global platforms where it makes sense, but also creating really relevant local solutions. Getting scale without losing that vital community connection. Okay, but we have to be realistic too. We need to address the risks and realities of the side hustle world. because the source material doesn't just paint this perfectly rosy picture. There are definite pitfalls. Things like scams that are out there, the very real risk of burnout trying to juggle too much, and market oversaturation. Especially in really popular niches like, say, dropshipping. Competition can get incredibly fierce really fast.
Yeah, that's so important to acknowledge. It's not all easy money. So, how do people navigate those challenges? The source offered some concrete advice, right? First, and this seems crucial, validate first. Don't pour tons of time and money into something until you've actually tested if people want it. Do that quick lean launch we talked about. Second, automate smartly. Use the tools available, things like Zapier to connect different apps, AI assistants for repetitive tasks. Free yourself up for the important stuff. And third, maybe the most important, focus on value. Your hustle needs to offer something genuinely unique or better, or maybe just more convenient than what's already out there. Just being another copycat, that's usually not enough to succeed long term. Okay, so when you put all these pieces together, the incredibly powerful and affordable tech, the instant global reach, these generational shifts towards independence, and yeah, the basic economic need for diversification, it becomes really clear why the source calls 2025 the golden year for side hustles. This isn't some future prediction, it's happening right now. Understanding these dynamics is absolutely key if you want to navigate it, maybe even thrive in it. All right, now let's really zoom in on a core element we've touched on, the AI-powered advantage, core of 2025 hustles. We've mentioned AI's impact, but let's dig into its central role now, because AI isn't just a buzzword anymore, is it? It's actively fueling businesses run from living rooms, home offices, kitchen tables all over the world. It's enabling individuals to build things with an efficiency that was, frankly, unimaginable just a short while ago.
Well, absolutely. The speed of adoption, especially among small businesses and individuals, it's truly remarkable. That 2025 PwC report we mentioned, it found 72% of small business owners are now using AI tools daily. Daily. Compare that to just 11% back in 2021. That's an enormous jump in just 4 years. And how are they using it? Well, all sorts of ways. Content creation is huge: text, video, graphics. Automation is another big one: emails, customer support queries, scheduling. Then there's using AI for data insights, market research, analyzing trends, forecasting sales, even product development itself, creating apps, software as a service tools, digital templates, assets. The real advantage, I think, is how AI acts like a kind of fractional employee for the solopreneur. It lets one person scale their operations and compete effectively without needing huge teams or massive overhead.
That's a great way to put it, a fractional employee. And the source had a really compelling case study for this. Maria, the AI copywriter. So Maria, 29 years old, living in Mexico City, she got laid off from her marketing job in 2023. Tough situation. But instead of just looking for another similar job, she pivoted. She started offering AI-augmented copywriting services on Fiverr. Her approach was smart: use ChatGPT for the initial heavy lifting, the speed, but then apply her human expertise for editing, nuance, strategy. The result: she could deliver high-quality ad copy about 5 times faster than competitors who were doing it all manually. She charged $150 per project. By 2025, this approach is bringing her $4,500 a month. That's more than her old corporate salary. It really shows how combining human skill with AI tools creates a serious competitive edge.
It really does. And you see this across different creative fields. Take writing and blogging with ChatGPT. These tools can generate first drafts of blog posts, newsletters, even outline entire ebooks. It massively streamlines the whole content creation process. Plus, they're great for optimizing content for search engines, for SEO, and for repurposing existing content into different formats, like turning a blog post into social media snippets. It just lowers the barrier to entry so much for people who want to write or create content online, but maybe felt intimidated before.
Yeah, and the example of David's finance blog really highlights that. David, just a college senior, he used ChatGPT extensively to get his personal finance blog off the ground quickly. And within only 6 months, he managed to get his organic traffic up to 50,000 visitors a month. 50,000. That traffic was generating around $2,000 a month from ads and affiliate links. It just shows how effectively AI can accelerate building and monetizing an online presence if you use it strategically.
And it's not just text. The revolution is hitting visual and audio content too. Look at video and social media with AI tools. You've got platforms like Pictory or Runway that can literally turn text scripts into pretty engaging short-form videos, perfect for social media. Tools like Descript, they let you edit video and audio just by editing the text transcript. Imagine how much time that saves. And things like 11 Labs offer incredibly realistic AI voiceovers, adding that professional polish without needing recording equipment or hiring voice actors. It means creators who used to need expensive gear, complex software, they can now produce really high-quality, almost studio-level content using these accessible AI tools. It's democratizing video production in a huge way.
Okay, moving into design and art. AI for design and art hustles. This feels like a really exciting area, mixing creativity with this new tech. Print on demand, or POD, seems like a prime example, using tools like Midjourney to generate unique AI art, then maybe using Canva to format it. And then you can sell designs on t-shirts, mugs, posters through platforms like Redbubble, Printify, or Etsy. The beauty is you don't handle any physical inventory yourself. It's very efficient.
Extremely efficient. And Keisha's Etsy shop is a powerful illustration from the source. Keisha, a single mom in Atlanta. In 2024, she started uploading AI-generated motivational poster designs to Etsy. Simple concept. Within just a year, her shop was averaging $3,200 a month in sales. And she was doing this alongside her regular day job. Just shows how these AI art tools are making the creative economy accessible to more people. And it goes beyond POD. Think about stock photos and digital assets. Platforms like Shutterstock are now accepting AI-generated images. So a hustler could potentially create, say, 100 unique, high-quality stock images over a weekend using AI, and then earn passive royalties from those images for years to come. That's AI powering truly passive income.
Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, so how does this AI advantage play out in the world of freelancing? AI-powered freelancing. The landscape must be completely different now.
It really is transformed. Things that used to take hours of manual work can often be done, or at least significantly sped up, in minutes. This opens up huge new possibilities for freelancers. Take virtual assistants with AI, for example. AI tools are now really good at things like scheduling appointments, managing email inboxes, even drafting standard documents. This allows a virtual assistant, or VA, to handle more clients, to offer their services at scale without necessarily working more hours. Their capacity increases dramatically. Or think about social media management. You can combine a scheduling tool like Buffer with ChatGPT's content generation and potentially create a whole month's worth of social media posts in maybe just a day's work. So freelancers can then offer these really comprehensive management packages to small businesses. Charging, say, $500 to $1,000 a month becomes feasible, creating a really significant side income. And this idea of individual scalability gets even more pronounced when you look at building AI-driven digital products. AI is genuinely enabling one-person startups to operate at a scale that was, well, just unimaginable before. Consider ebooks and digital guides. You can use ChatGPT to help research and write entire guides on niche topics, then use Canva to format them nicely, and sell them on platforms like Gumroad, Amazon KDP, or even your own website. The source mentioned an example, a 2025 remote work survival guide. AI written, packaged as a $15 ebook, it generated $5,000 in passive income over 6 months.
Okay, but it's not just content products, right? You mentioned apps earlier. This micro SaaS with no code plus AI ideas sounds fascinating. SaaS meaning software as a service. So tools like Bubble, which let you build apps without code, can be combined with things like OpenAI's APIs. Those are like the connections that let software talk to AI. And individuals, actual hustlers, can build custom applications, not just websites, but functional apps, like the examples, a resume analyzer, a local real estate chatbot, a personalized meal planner. That seems incredibly powerful for a single person to build.
It is incredibly powerful. And Tom's AI resume coach is the perfect case study for this. Tom, 32 years old, based in London. He used a no-code platform combined with GPT-4's capabilities to build an app that analyzes resumes and gives tailored feedback. He charges just $5 per use, a really accessible price point. By mid-2025, his app is serving 2,000 users a month. Do the math, that's $10,000 in monthly revenue from an app built by one person using these tools. The key insight there is that potent mix, accessible no-code platforms plus powerful AI. It allows a single individual to create something incredibly valuable and scalable. And even in more traditional areas like e-commerce, AI is having a massive impact. It helps with product research, analyzing reviews to find gaps in the market, identify customer pain points. It's invaluable for generating ad copy and images that actually convert browsers into buyers. And AI-powered customer service bots. They can handle a huge volume of routine inquiries, significantly reducing support costs for sellers and often improving customer satisfaction with instant answers.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And the source had Lena's Shopify store as an example here,
Yeah,
right? Lena, 26, in Berlin. She launched a Shopify store selling eco-friendly pet toys. Smart niche. And she integrated AI across her operations from the start. Used ChatGPT for compelling product descriptions. Used Midjourney to create eye-catching ad images. Used chatbots for customer support. This AI-powered efficiency allowed her to scale incredibly quickly. She reached $15,000 a month in sales within just 9 months. It's a real testament to how these tools empower solo entrepreneurs to compete at a really high level.
But again, we need that dose of reality. It's crucial we talk about the risks, ethics, and oversaturation in AI hustles, because these opportunities aren't risk-free. One major concern is market oversaturation. If everyone can easily create an ebook or a t-shirt designed with AI, how do you stand out? Differentiation becomes absolutely critical. Then there are the ethical considerations. Things like, do you need to disclose when content is AI generated? How do you avoid accidental plagiarism if the AI was trained on copyrighted material? What about the biases that can be baked into AI models? These are important questions. And lastly, that platform dependence risk we mentioned earlier, it applies here too. If your whole business relies on OpenAI's API or on selling AI art on Etsy, what happens if their rules, pricing, or algorithms change overnight? It can pull the rug out from under you.
Okay, so those are serious considerations. How do people navigate these? The source offered some best practices, didn't it? First, and this seems key, always add personal expertise or creativity. Don't just take the raw AI output, refine it, add your unique perspective, your style. That human touch is your differentiator. Second, be transparent about AI usage where it's appropriate. Build trust with your audience. Don't try to pass off purely AI work as solely human created if transparency is expected. And third, diversify across platforms. Don't build your entire AI hustle on a single tool or marketplace. Spread your risk.
Exactly, sound advice. And looking even further ahead to the future of AI hustles, say around 2030, the landscape could look even more dynamic. We might see AI agents running businesses, AI handling most operational tasks autonomously, maybe digital twins, personalized AI avatars that could theoretically work for you 24/7. We could see AI plus blockchain integration leading to things like verifiable proof of origin for AI art, or maybe decentralized platforms for AI-powered hustles, the constant theme. The hustlers who thrive will be the ones who stay incredibly adaptable, relentlessly creative, and always operate ethically within this rapidly evolving space.
Wow, okay, that's a deep dive into the AI side. Now let's shift focus slightly to another major pathway, freelancing and the global gig economy. For a long time, freelancing kind of had this image, didn't it? Maybe a temporary stopgap between jobs or something just for creatives on the side. But in 2025, that perception feels completely outdated. Freelancing has really gone mainstream. It's become a scalable, accessible, and for many, a primary way to build income, often as a side hustle initially, all across the globe.
Oh, the numbers absolutely bear that out. It's a profound shift. The source material highlighted that roughly 1 in 3 workers worldwide now engages in freelancing in some form. In the U.S. alone, we're talking 63 million people freelancing, contributing something like $1.5 trillion to the economy. That's huge. And look at the fastest growing categories that really tell the story. AI and machine learning consulting, up 340% year over year. That's explosive growth. No-code development, up 210%. Video content editing, 185%. Even things like virtual assistants in online tutoring, up 150%. This points to significant cultural shifts, too. Freelancing has largely shed that old stigma. Employers increasingly see it as a smart way to access specialized talent globally, on demand. And workers, they're embracing the freedom, the flexibility, the control it offers.
And that global reach creates incredible opportunities, doesn't it? The example of Ahmed, the global consultant, really stood out. Ahmed, he's a logistics manager in Cairo, felt his salary wasn't really going anywhere. So in 2023, he signed up for Upwork, started offering his expertise in supply chain optimization. By 2025, he's built this thriving client-based companies in Europe, companies in the US, and he's earning an extra $40,000 a year from this side hustle while keeping his full-time job. It's just such a powerful illustration of taking specialized skills and leveraging a global platform to create a really robust additional income stream.
It really is. And the success of freelancing today is massively enabled by the platforms that power the gig economy. You need somewhere to connect buyers and sellers. You've got the big general platforms. Fiverr is great for starting out, offering services and defined packages. Upwork is often seen as more competitive, good for skilled professionals, coders, marketers, writers. Freelancer.com can be a place to build initial reviews. And TopTel is more exclusive, focusing on top-tier developers and consultants. But beyond those giants, you have a growing number of niche platforms. Contra is popular for creative independence. FlexJobs specifically lists remote-friendly and flexible roles. CollabTree connects businesses with scientists for freelance projects. And platforms like TeacherOn or Cambly are specifically for tutoring. So there's often a platform tailored to your specific skill set.
That's really helpful to know. And for someone maybe just thinking about dipping their toe into this world, the source gave some really practical steps, didn't it? Specifically for setting up a Fiverr profile that gets hired. It felt very actionable. Okay, so first, choose a specific niche service. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Example, AI optimized LinkedIn bios, very specific. Second, create an attractive gig title using keywords people actually search for. Third, add 3 packages. Basic, standard, premium. Gives clients options and lets you upsell. Fourth, upload visuals, really important. Share samples of your work, maybe a short video explaining your service. Fifth, set competitive pricing at first. Maybe start with lower price gigs, $10, $50, just to get those initial orders and reviews. Sixth, deliver fast and over-deliver if possible to build those crucial 5-star reviews. Social proof is everything. And finally, seventh, gradually raise your prices as your reputation, your reviews, and your experience grow. It seems like a clear roadmap to build credibility and income on these platforms.
It's a solid strategy. And given how fast the market changes, knowing the high-demand freelance niches in 2025 is really useful. Where's the biggest opportunity right now? Well, in writing and content, demand remains strong, especially for AI-assisted editing and optimization, helping make content better using AI tools. And also for really niche-specific content where deep expertise is required. For design and creative, AI-enhanced graphic design is booming, combining AI generation with human skill. UX/UI design for apps and websites is always in demand. And video editing, particularly for short-form content like TikToks and YouTube Shorts, is huge.
Right, that blend of AI and human skill again. The example of Leela, the AI designer, really captured that, I thought. Leela, 25, based in Manila, she started offering AI-enhanced logo design on Fiverr. Her smart approach was using Midjourney for initial concepts, the creative sparks, but then bringing her professional design skills in Adobe Illustrator for the refinement, the finishing touches, ensuring brand consistency. Within 18 months, she wasn't just getting clients, she became a Fiverr Pro seller that's a top tier, and she was making $5,000 a month. It's such a powerful example of leveraging AI efficiently, but still adding that irreplaceable human value.
Exactly. And in tech and development, things like no-code app building are exploding, as we discussed. Building AI chatbots for businesses is another hot area, and optimizing websites for speed and performance is always needed. Then you have professional services. Essential skills like virtual assistants remain consistently in demand. Online tutoring, especially in STEM subjects or coding, is growing. And marketing strategy, particularly managing online ad campaigns effectively, is a skill businesses desperately need. These are all areas with really robust growth in the gig economy right now.
Okay, so getting started is one thing, but the source emphasized the importance of scaling beyond one-off jobs, didn't it? The real key to making freelancing sustainable, maybe even turning it from a side hustle into a main income, isn't just chasing the next gig. It's about moving towards recurring income, building systems. That's how it becomes truly profitable long-term.
Absolutely. You need strategies to move beyond just trading hours for dollars. The source highlighted a few key ones. First, retainers. Getting clients to pay a fixed amount each month for ongoing work. For example, $500 a month for managing their social media or writing weekly blog posts. That gives you predictable income. Second, thinking bigger, building agencies, even a micro agency. You start outsourcing some tasks to other freelancers, manage the projects, and grow your capacity beyond just your own hours. And third, creating digital products. Packaging your expertise, the stuff you do for clients, into scalable products like online courses, ebooks, templates. These can generate passive income, leveraging the reputation you built freelancing. The strategic question is always, how do I stop just selling my time and start building assets? But as with anything, there are common mistakes and how to avoid them in freelancing. We need to mention those. A really common one, especially early on, is undervaluing yourself. Pricing too low and staying there too long. You have to value your skills. Another is overpromising and underdelivering.
Saying yes to everything, then failing to meet deadlines or quality expectations. That damages your reputation fast. Platform dependence is a big risk too, as we keep saying. Relying solely on Upwork or Fiverr leaves you vulnerable. You need to try and build direct relationships, maybe get clients onto your own invoicing system over time. And finally, burnout. It's so easy to let freelance work bleed into every hour if you don't set clear boundaries. Protecting your time and energy is crucial for sustainability.
That burnout point is so real. Okay, to illustrate scaling successfully, let's look at Diego's social media agency. Diego, a student in Brazil, he started really small, just writing Instagram captions for $20 a pop on a freelance platform, but he was smart about it. He focused on building strong relationships with those initial small business clients. He delivered great work. Then he gradually upsold them first maybe to full post-creation, then to managing their whole account, then maybe adding paid ad management. Eventually, he built enough recurring revenue and trust that he could bring on other freelancers to help. Now he runs a small 4-person remote agency earning $12,000 a month. That's a fantastic journey from basic gigs to a scalable business model.
It's a great example. And looking ahead, the future of freelancing by, say, 2030, it's likely to be even more deeply integrated with technology. Can you imagine AI agents bidding on jobs for you, using algorithms to find projects perfectly matched to your skills and availability, maybe even negotiating rates? That could happen. We might see wider use of blockchain-powered gig contracts, smart contracts that ensure transparency, automate payments instantly upon project completion, and we'll likely see even more specialized gig marketplaces popping up, catering to incredibly niche skills and industries. So what's the key for future success as a freelancer? The advice boils down to niche down, become a recognized expert in a specific area, add personal creativity and expertise the human element AI can't replicate, and fundamentally build client relationships beyond the platforms. Foster loyalty that transcends any single marketplace or algorithm change.
That's a really comprehensive look at the freelancing landscape. Okay, this brings us to our final, and I think arguably the most critical section of our deep dive today. Future-proofing for longevity, sustaining your hustle. Because as we've established, the side hustle world is incredibly vibrant, full of opportunity, but it's also, unpredictable. Things change fast, so building in resilience, thinking about the long game is just paramount.
It really is. And the question becomes, why does future-proofing matter now more than ever? The source material lays out the vulnerabilities very clearly. First, that familiar theme, platform dependence. If your entire income comes from TikTok's Creator Fund, or Amazon's Marketplace, or Etsy, you are completely exposed if they change their policies, their fees, their algorithms, or even shut down access. Second, tech shifts. We talked about AI. It could automate the very service you're offering today. If you don't adapt, your hustle could become obsolete. Third, economic volatility. Inflation, recessions, changes in consumer spending habits, these external factors directly impact demand for many side hustles. Fourth, consumer expectations. They're always rising. People expect more transparency, better service, more personalization. Keeping up requires constant effort. And finally, regulation. New laws around data privacy, gig worker classification, online sales tax, these can appear and significantly disrupt existing business models. You have to be aware.
Right. And to really drive home that platform risk, the source shared that story, the lost Etsy store. It was quite sobering. This jewelry seller, she'd built her entire business, her whole income, on Etsy, and she was doing well. Until Etsy, pretty much out of the blue, significantly increased their fees and then, due to some policy interpretation, suspended her account permanently. The critical, painful lesson: she had no safety net, no backup audience on an email list, no personal website to redirect customers to, no direct relationship with her buyers. Her income just vanished overnight because of total dependence on one platform. It's such a stark reminder to diversify and own your audience connection.
It's a cautionary tale for sure. So the answer then lies in adopting core principles for resilience. The source provides a really solid blueprint, these core principles of future-proofing. Number one, diversify platforms. Obvious, but crucial. Never put all your eggs in one digital basket, whether it's sales channels or marketing channels. Number two, and this is huge, build an audience you own. An email list is gold. Social media followers are borrowed land. The platform controls access. Your email list, that's a direct line you control. Number three, focus on skills, not just tools. AI tools like Midjourney or ChatGPT will evolve or be replaced, but fundamental human skills, creativity, strategic thinking, problem-solving, communication, those endure. Invest in those. Number four, adopt early, adapt fast. Be willing to experiment with new platforms, new technologies, new approaches before everyone else jumps on board. Get ahead of the curve. And number five, stay lean and flexible. Keep your operating costs low. Avoid locking yourself into long-term commitments if possible. This allows you to pivot quickly when the market shifts or opportunities arise. These principles together, they create a really robust defense against uncertainty.
That's a great framework. And it's fascinating to think about the role of AI in future-proofing your hustle, not just as a risk, but as an ally. The source really reframed AI, didn't it? Less as a threat to your hustle and more as a co-pilot that can actually make it stronger, more resilient.
Absolutely. That's the strategic way to look at it. The advice is essentially use AI as a co-pilot. Let it handle repetitive stuff, the data analysis, the first drafts. That frees you up for the high-value strategic thinking, the creative work, the relationship building. Also, focus on developing hybrid skills. Become really good at combining your unique human insights, your domain expertise, your creativity with AI's processing power. That combination is incredibly valuable and hard to automate fully. And for those with deep expertise, the source even suggests looking into training your own AI models. Feeding an AI your unique knowledge, your specific data, to create highly specialized tools or services that nobody else can offer. The key insight is active integration. Don't just react to AI. Proactively leverage it to enhance what you do, making your services more efficient, more effective, and ultimately more future-proof.
That's a fantastic perspective. And Maya, the AI-resistant tutor, is such a perfect example of this in action. Remember, when AI tutoring apps started exploding, everyone was predicting the end of human tutors. But Maya, a math tutor, she didn't panic. She leaned into a hybrid model. She smartly used AI tools for things like generating practice quizzes, maybe providing automated feedback on basic problems. But she doubled down on the things AI couldn't replicate. That crucial human connection, personalized mentorship, developing critical thinking and exam strategy, building confidence, the uniquely human stuff. And the result, her tutoring revenue actually doubled. It's such a powerful illustration of how strategic augmentation combining the best of human skill with AI efficiency can lead to thriving even when disruption hits.
It's a brilliant case study. And to build resilience further, the source introduced a really interesting framework, the three-layer hustle model. It's a strategic way to think about structuring your various income streams. So layer one is your core hustle. This is your main income driver, maybe your primary freelance service, your main e-commerce store, your flagship digital course. It's the engine. Layer two is the passive recurring layer. These are income streams that build on your core, but ideally require less constant active effort. Think memberships, subscriptions, affiliate income, royalties from digital products. They add stability. And layer three is the speculative layer. This is where you experiment, trying out emerging platforms, maybe investing a small amount in high-risk, high-reward areas like new AI tools or niche crypto projects, if that's your interest. It's for exploration and potential future growth.
I love that model. And the pro tip that came with it really resonated. Treat side hustles like a portfolio. Just like with financial investments, you don't put everything into one stock, right? You diversify. Same idea here. You want some hustles that are relatively stable, providing consistent cash flow, your bonds, some that are geared towards growth, maybe higher potential but more effort, your stocks, and then a small allocation to those speculative, high-risk, high-reward experiments, your alternatives. It's all about achieving a strategic balance for overall resilience.
Precisely. And underpinning all of this, regardless of the layers, is the non-negotiable need for upskilling and lifelong learning. To future-proof any hustle, you simply have to keep reinvesting in yourself. Your skills are your ultimate asset. This means actively learning about the technology shaping the future, definitely AI, but also automation tools, data literacy, maybe even basic coding or no-code principles. Resources are abundant. Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, YouTube tutorials, industry-specific online communities, they're all invaluable. And that statistic the source cited is stark. 54% of workers will need significant reskilling by 2030. 54%. That underscores the urgency. Continuous learning isn't optional anymore. It's essential for staying relevant.
Absolutely. And alongside skills, there's the community aspect. Building communities around your hustle. This feels increasingly crucial for long-term resilience because, as the source put it so well, algorithms change, communities last. Social media reach can vanish overnight, platform rules shift. But if you've built a genuine community, people connected to you and each other around your topic or brand that's far more durable, the advice was clear. Start an email newsletter, own that direct communication line, create private spaces like Discord or Slack groups for deeper engagement, offer membership perks, exclusive content, early access, discounts to build loyalty.
Yeah, and the illustrative case study on this was compelling too. This small eco bag seller. They didn't just rely on Instagram ads. They diligently built a loyal email list and an active Facebook group for their customers who cared about sustainability. So when Instagram's organic reach got slashed for many businesses, impacting their visibility there, this seller's community continued to drive consistent sales, around $10,000 a month, largely from that owned audience. It just clearly demonstrates how investing in community provides this incredibly resilient foundation, protecting you from the whims of external platforms.
That's so powerful. Okay, so building on this proactive approach, the source talked about scenario planning, basically actively thinking about potential disruptions before they happen. It's about challenging yourself, asking those tough what if questions. What happens if TikTok is banned in my country? What if my key supplier suddenly goes out of business? What if a new AI tool comes out that completely replaces the core service I offer? The key isn't to predict the future perfectly, but to create contingency plans before crises hit. Don't wait for the fire alarm. Think through potential scenarios. Brainstorm how you'd pivot or adapt. Have a plan B, maybe even a plan C sketched out. That proactive thinking builds immense resilience.
It really does. And tying this all together, when we look at the future of side hustling itself, say, projecting towards 2030, the picture is one of even greater integration and evolution. The source predicts multi-income identities becoming the norm, almost everyone having several micro-careers or income streams as part of their professional identity. We'll definitely see more AI-powered solopreneurs, individuals running surprisingly complex businesses almost entirely solo, thanks to AI augmentation. Potentially decentralized work economies emerge, enabled by blockchain, allowing more peer-to-peer value exchange without traditional intermediaries. And maybe even more experience hustles, creating unique virtual reality events, gamified services, personalized digital experiences. The overarching conclusion: the most successful hustlers, now and in the future, will be those who don't cling rigidly to one model. They'll be the ones who constantly learn, adapt, and reinvent themselves and their offerings as the landscape demands. Adaptability is the ultimate future-proof skill.
Wow. What an incredible journey we've been on today. From understanding this whole side hustle revolution, really grasping the undeniable game-changing impact of AI, to exploring the very accessible pathways through freelancing and digital product creation, and finally landing on the absolute critical importance of future-proofing everything you build. I really hope that for you listening, this deep dive has provided a wealth of valuable, actionable insights you can start thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's one core message to take away, it's this. Future-proofing isn't really about having a crystal ball and predicting every twist and turn. That's impossible. It's about building adaptability into the DNA of how you approach your work and income. The successful hustlers, the ones who will thrive, they're characterized by that diversification we talked about, that relentless commitment to continuous learning, that smart strategy of owning their audience connection, their skill in blending AI efficiency with their unique human creativity, and maybe most importantly, just having the courage and willingness to pivot, to change course strategically when the situation demands it.
So true. Okay, as we wrap up, our final thought for you, something to really mull over. The world of work isn't just changing. In many ways, it has already fundamentally transformed. The ground has shifted beneath our feet. So the question for you, listening right now, probably isn't if you should explore adding another income stream or starting a side hustle, but rather, what kind of resilient, adaptable financial future do you want to build for yourself? What one small strategic step, maybe inspired by something we discussed today, will you take, perhaps even today, to start constructing your diversified income portfolio? We really hope this deep dive has given you the clarity and maybe the spark of inspiration to take that crucial first step. Thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive.